From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Tisha Bader.
Hi, this is Micah Halpern, sitting in for Tisha Bader, and here's the JBS News Update for Friday, February 18th, 2022. Once again, Hamas issued a warning to Israel. If Israel continues to clash with Arabs in Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood of Jerusalem, Hamas warned there would be a repeat of last year's mini-war with Gaza. According to the terror group, Israel will pay the price for its actions and the attempts to expel the residents of Sheikh Jarrah. The resistance has threatened Israel in the past and also faced the threat. The Guardian of the Wall campaign began from Jerusalem and spread to the West Bank and into Israeli cities. We will not hesitate to begin such a campaign again. This is not an empty threat, but it is also not totally realistic either. There are many factors to consider before a conflict erupts with Gaza. One part of the calculus is when and how Israel responds to the attacks from Gaza. Another is how dramatic rocket strikes are and the intensity of the attacks. Finally, there is the question of Israeli casualties. Israeli leadership will not stand idly by when Israelis are injured or killed. Things are changing fast. It is a new era. Cannabis, pot, marijuana, call it what you will, is now being decriminalized in Israel. Justice Minister Gideon Sa'ar published draft regulations making self-use of cannabis or pot, marijuana, an administrative offense rather than a criminal offense. There are, however, some exceptions. The use of these substances by minors, soldiers, police, and guards on duty are all exceptions. The fines for use will be up to 1,000 shekel. This new status does not mean it is legal. Rather, it means that it is not criminal. No trial, no prison. Smoking cannabis in Israel is now just like underage drinking or cigarette smoking or a traffic violation. Drones are the future of warfare. Israel downed a drone sent into Israel by Hezbollah. It was a spy drone. Its purpose was to monitor and transmit information about the best ways to cross borders and enter Israel. The drone was not shot down. That was not Israel's intention. Instead, it was downed via hacking, allowing Israel to then take over the controls and then land the enemy drone where it wanted to land it. In a speech he delivered earlier in the week in a TV broadcast, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah acknowledged that Hezbollah is using drones. Nasrallah said that they are manufacturing their own drones. He also said that Hezbollah now has the technology to transform unguided rockets into precision missiles. Nasrallah explained that Iranian experts taught them how to accomplish these military goals. Israel is obviously concerned. The new technology can pick at Israel's defense and possibly strike sensitive targets within Israel. This newly captured and downed drone will help Israel defend itself against Hezbollah and other enemies. An Israeli strawberry has made it into the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest strawberry in the world. This Israeli-grown strawberry broke the record previously held by Japan since 2015. The strawberry weighed in at 289 grams. That's 10.19 ounces, more than half a pound. The type of strawberry is called Elgen. It is 7 inches long, 4 inches thick, and a whopping 13.4 inches in circumference. The strawberry was grown in Kadima Zoran, near Netanya in central Israel, by the Ariel family. This prize-winning strawberry was picked a year ago, but put into the freezer because Guinness issues about certifying its entry. As an aside, I can attest to the exactitude and the paperwork required by Guinness and their record keeping. I was a Guinness judge. I judged the largest falafel in the world. And now a look at this evening's programming on JBS. Coming up at 6, it's live Shabbat Services from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by Shabbat Services from the Hampton Synagogue. At 8:30, it's David Broza in concert. At 9, it's the film Iranium. At 10, Shahar Azani speaks with Alaska Airlines pilot navigator, the late Elgen Long, who recalls his role in the covert rescue mission which brought thousands of Yemenite Jews to Israel. At 10:30, it's a replay of the Hampton Synagogue Services and encore presentation of the Central Synagogue Services. And coming up next, it's a look at this week's Torah Portion. This is Micah Halpern with the JBS News Update, wishing you all a good evening and a Shabbat Shalom.